Hey friends, let's see if I can teach you how to blow some smoke rings, because I've gotten a lot of people that really wish they could. I'm going to try and make a tutorial where the anger and the agitation comes first, and then later you can celebrate with honing in on the rings themselves. A lot of other tutorials kind of go backwards in that. So let's get started. First, everybody's mouth is shaped differently, so a lot of tutorials, we're done with that word, a lot of other videos that try and teach you how to blow smoke rings, they will actually tell you, alright, if you put your tongue this way and you make your mouth look like this, you will have smoke rings. It's not always the case. I have a small mouth, so I have to do things a little differently. People with larger mouths have an easier life in every aspect, actually. So if you find yourself kind of struggling, just remember everybody's different and other people are struggling with you. So the hardest part is trying to figure out which way your tongue needs to be so that we can get air to actually vortex back towards us. And that's the hardest part. Making the rings is easy. It's actually the act of getting air to come out of your mouth and facing back towards you so that it does indeed actually make a perfect little ring. So in order to do that, I suggest starting out with having, I don't know if you can hear my parakeet, sorry. You will actually start out having your tongue as high up as you can so that it has, the meat of the tongue is as high as it can be, the blade of the tongue is facing downwards, kind of. You're trying to create as much surface area inside your mouth as you possibly can, while also having your mouth kind of not all the way open, but somewhat closed. So of course this video is going to be absolutely laughable with the faces I'm going to be making. But, so you want as much surface area inside, but with your mouth slightly smaller. But we're not going to worry about like mouth shape yet. For right now we're just trying to get air to come out of your mouth in puffs, in small puffs, coming backwards. So my friends out there that can do the yes, that is the orientation that you are going to use. So if you can do that, you're already one step ahead. It's kind of like you just want your tongue as far back into your throat as you possibly can get it. So, sorry, just had to take a puff, it just was calling to me. So what you're going to start at doing, instead of doing the coughs that people try to teach you to do right up front, that's kind of hard to do. I think it'd be easier if you actually do the mouth puffs. Now, so you're going to have that orientation, tongue all the way up, blade down, as far back in the back of your throat as you can, and you're going to push the air out using only your mouth and not your lungs at all. So you're going to actually, you're making that kind of noise and that kind of movement with your mouth. Like a wall. Like your tongue is like a wall and it's shoving all the air out. At the same time, your jaws are closing at the same time. So it's pushing all the air out at once. And you're not going to do it hard at all. What I do want you to do is maybe inhale through your lungs. Don't puff it like a cigarette. Inhale through your lungs. Hold it, because you need to learn how to hold your breath and be able to focus on all of this at the same time. So you're going to inhale all in your lungs, but only use your mouth. Only use this part to puff air out, and you're not going to be able to get a lot of puffs out. Your mouth just doesn't hold that much smoke, and you're not going to get rings every time, I promise. It takes a while, but once you learn the orientation of your mouth, you've got it. See that? Very light. I blew a bit too hard. That's what it looks like when you blow too hard. No breathing at all done throughout that. Holding my breath the whole time. Do you see that? I know my skin is kind of blocking it out, but those were actually a couple of little rings, and they're not going to be big, beautiful, artistic rings that you see these vapors doing. They're going to be very small. all you're looking for is to see if the air is actually trying to swirl. Because if it's swirling backwards, you've done it. You've completed it, you've got it. Because we can make rings happen after that. Do you see that? Very, very light movements with your mouth. Just kind of clamping the jaw, pushing the tongue forward very gently, very gently. Let's see, if you're doing it too soft, it'll look like this. Which is fine, because you can see the air is still traversing backwards, and that's all that we're really looking for here. If you happen to make rings, you just happen to be already got it. Not quite rings, but the air is moving backwards, and that's what we're looking for. So once you have something kind of going like that, then what you will do is start doing the coughing, which ruins everybody. That's the part that's, yeah, that's probably the hardest part actually, is learning the strength of a cough. For me personally, I'm not very good at solidating rings. I'm not good at blowing 1, 2. I can't do it very well. What I can do is do like the machine gun, kind of like I can do it very fast like that, and that makes me able to do rings quicker and easier. But for you, starting out, what you're going to have to do is just concentrate. Concentrate, keep your tongue at that same exact spot that you have it for trying to do the mouth movement of reversing the vortex, and coughing so lightly that you, if there was a flame here, if there was like a birthday candle, it wouldn't blow it out. That's what you need. And there was a small ring there, but so what you're looking for is you'll have like these accidental rings, and that's all you need. Because once you accidentally do one, you know that the orientation of your mouth is correct, and now you just have to focus on how hard to actually cough. So. So what happened there was, I didn't move. I blew too many too fast. This one got caught up in this one's little swirl and disintegrated. So if you wanted to do, if you're trying to do it somewhat fast, like I'm doing it, you want to move almost like a sprinkler. And your rings will actually have two, like their own separate little tracks that they will go down. And as you can see, I'm not an expert at this, but I feel like this, so once you have kind of this part, this is about your lips at this point, which is, this is the easy part. So you'll just manipulate your lips in a way that seems to work for your mouth. For me, if I do like the old man lips, like that, I seem to have crisper rings, but they're small. If I like trumpet my lips out, they will be bigger rings that are very like soft and flowy. But of course my mouth is small. For those with larger mouths, it seems to be that like trumpeting your lips will actually help you a bit. Because you already have so much surface inside of your mouth that you're able to have a wider exit for that air. You can see how soft I'm really doing that. You may be able to hear it, but really it's so soft. I think it's just acoustic because your mouth is so open, and it sounds like people are coughing kind of hard. Really, I'm barely making any wind come out. Always better to go soft. Alright, so let's say you're at this stage. You still have no rings. You just have puffs of smoke coming out. I'm going to try and recreate whatever you're doing. So let's see. That's a matter of not letting the smoke settle. You have to kind of let the smoke settle in your mouth. Let it kind of gather, in a way, inside of your mouth. You're doing it too fast, and you're doing it a little too hard at first. If you're getting that kind of reaction, you're blowing too soft, and you're also blowing too fast. Give it a rest. So this time, we're going to rest it and blow too soft. See what it looks like. You can see rings will still happen. So what will happen is, once you just kind of get that orientation in your mouth, it's all about you and your breath and how you orient your lips. And so after that, it's very easy. As long as you can get just the mouth thing going, like I first taught you in the very beginning of this video, as long as you can get air moving backwards, kind of coming back at you, it's all downhill from there, I promise. So we'll do that again. You see that? Very light, but the air is trying to come back at me. Plus my air conditioner is on as well, so that never helps. But after that, it's all lips. Just try and move your lips different ways. Keep that tongue as high up as you can, and keep the blade down, as far down as you can. And I have a piercing as well in my tongue, so for those starting out that have their tongues pierced, I totally recommend taking it out because it will change how you hold your tongue if you have it in or have it out. I hope that was somewhat helpful. Hopefully you will be able to smoke some hookah and blow some rings as well. But first of all, always relax. People get very frustrated over this. But you must relax, because if you get frustrated, you'll start blowing too hard and you're never going to get it. So absolutely go too soft at the beginning, and if you have to, increase the pressure which you push the air out through your mouth. So hopefully that was nice. Thanks for watching.